Hi, it's Krista Spencer. I am doing the 5-year challenge time capsule video inspired by Joey Graceffa. I watched the video this morning and then I actually watched it this afternoon, and I thought it'd be easier for me to just have a stream of consciousness while I'm driving. I tried to record it earlier, but the Wi-Fi in my house wasn't working super well. So anyway, at this point in time, it's April the 8th, 2019. I'm driving in my 2016 Chevy Spark, which I love, and we call the car Sparky. I don't know if I'll have the same car in 5 years. I guess that'll be my first question for future you, or future me, is what car will I be driving? I am on my way to a ABWA board meeting. I'm currently the president of our chapter for Novi Oaks, and I'm proud of that title, but I don't plan on being president for the next term. I do want to focus on school and getting all of my classes done with a goal of getting done by October or November of this year, 2019. So hopefully, future self, that was accomplished. I only have 6 classes left. In my personal life, I married Michael in August of 2018, so we've been married about 8 months, and I'm very excited to see what kind of goals we've accomplished in 5 years. I do plan to be married to him for the rest of my life, and I'll only be 44 by the time this video is 5 years old, so I'm excited to see when I'm 44 and he's 50. That's wild to think about, how our marriage will progress, our relationship, our goals, where we will be living, things like that. I'm kind of interested in. We're starting to look at houses now in the area. We do need a bigger place, but right now I'm living in my condo in Novi, which I moved in 2015 with Valerie. It is getting a bit small now that I have 3 stepchildren. At the time of this video, the oldest is 17. He got his driver permit last month. The next oldest is 15. She'll be taking driver training this summer. Then 14, she's going to be taking it with the 15-year-old, the driver training. And then I have an 8-year-old and a 4-year-old, and I'm excited to see in the 5 years what all 3 kids end up doing for school or career, because I'm talking about the teenagers, excuse me. The oldest, my goal right now is to send him to a community college close to our house. He's not decided yet on his major. The second oldest, she's interested in becoming an elementary or early education teacher. And the third oldest is interested in, right now, studying cosmetology and becoming a hairdresser and opening up her own beauty salon business. So we'll see if any of that is either in the works or has come true in the next 5 years. Pretty great goals these kids have. I am starting a new nursing contract tomorrow at a Detroit hospital I've worked a few contracts at. I don't see any issues with this coming up, but I wonder in 5 years if I'll still be doing like travel contracts, nursing contracts, or I will have settled down at a hospital, or will I have moved either out of state or to a different city doing nursing, travel. These are things that are kind of up in the air right now, depending like what the kids' situation is, if we move or if we buy a house, a lot of factors. So, well, that'll be really, really interesting to see. And I could just see myself right now watching myself laughing about all this. My current short-term goals are to take the 2 teen girls to Disney World in November of this year, which is 2019. I already booked some of that vacation, but it's still in the planning stages. And then I also plan to take those 2 girls to Rome in 2020. We have a passport appointment for next week for them, and I wanted to, that's all up in the air too. How long will it take to get the passports? Will I be able to save enough with all my current financial goals to really afford to do the trip we want to do? How long will the trip be? When will it, how will it come into fruition? It's just in the planning stages now, so that'll be really fun to look back on, because we're going. We've been planning it for like 3 years already, and now we kind of have pinned down somewhat of a date, and I'm getting more prepared financially. I've been paying down a lot of debts. I have a goal of being debt-free as far as credit card debt by the end of this year, and I'm on track with that. For the most part right now. I might have like one left by the time I turn 40, which is January. But besides that, all of our goals are in motion. I'm always working on getting healthier, eating better, that kind of stuff, just personally. But it's gonna be, I don't know, that video, I watched Joey and I saw how emotional he was watching himself today, and I just thought, that is really interesting. It's like a time capsule message to yourself, like, dear me, this is where I was, what are you doing now, and how did you get there, and thinking back on like the memories from 5 years ago. And I know I won't remember half of what I said in this video in 5 years. My life's so busy doing this women's group, all the meetings that are entailed with the planning of those meetings, and the schoolwork, 3 to 4 nights a week, writing these papers, and just the kids stuff, and making time to spend with Michael. This is going to be really interesting in 5 years to see. We'll have 3 adults, and then 2 that are, into their tweens and teens starting in 5 years. To see where their lives, lead is going to be really exciting. And, where will we end up? What kind of house will we have? What kind of cars will we be driving? Where will we have traveled in the 5 years? Because, I'm a traveler. What other new goals will I come up with? Because I just happen to always do that. And I'm not quite sure why I've always been that way, but I am kind of a goal-oriented person. And I need to set goals in order to get myself to the things I want to do to manifest what I want. One question I want to ask future Krista: when did you win the lottery and the Publishers Clearinghouse? Because you've always done those things. You've always played, and I know you really believe in your heart that you're supposed to win and then help people with that money. So I bet you're laughing right now, but I know you've come close a few times to winning something already, and with your positive thinking and your determination, I could definitely see you winning, because nothing really stops you. You do get discouraged and you feel like you want to give up, or maybe you give up for like a day, but then you kind of don't really give up because you're still doing it. So I want to know if you got the tummy tuck you wanted, which has been a goal since the first time you lost like a big amount of weight, which was 2014. And all of these things take time and money and time off work that you want to do. So how you're able to finagle that is probably you continue doing the contract nursing and scheduling yourself, and not being a slave to a company, and kind of running your own business as a consultant contractor, which is exactly best for you, because if you don't like it or you don't like the management, then you just move on to the next, and no one can really tell you what to do because you're smarter than everyone else in the room. And not in a pompous way, but you're dealing with people that just can't think outside the box, or don't have the goals or the drive that you have. They're used to just following rules blindly. Also, any more alien encounters in your life, strange illnesses, or has all that kind of been left in the past, is a really interesting thing, because a lot of things, the way things worked out in your life, are due to strange occurrences. And I just wonder, what kind of other like psychic things have you had happen, dreams or visitations from spirits and aliens and other things has happened. Did your tarot card reading hobby take off at all as more of a business? Did your ministry, as far as marrying couples or doing public speaking in inspirational speaking for churches and other positive groups. Did that take off at all? Or did you have any more, dates for that? So I know you're always busy, but try to remember to check the video and watch this again on anytime after April 8th of 2024, which I can't even imagine that day coming, but I know it will be here one day. I just can't see it yet. I'm kind of only thinking in 2019, 2020 at this point. So, all right, Krista, just remember you're an awesome girl. Remember the Lord. Remember all your ancestors and angels have your back. Remember, don't listen to negativity, and love yourself, and remember your kids are amazing and a blessing, and think of them first. And remember that you and Michael we're meant to be together and to keep working hard to stay together. So love you, Krista, and good luck to you in these 5 years.